The poems to come are for you and for me, and are not for most people. It's no use trying to pretend that most people and ourselves are alike. Most people have less in common with ourselves than the square root of -1. You and I are human beings. Most people are snobs. Take the matter of being born. What does being born mean to most people? Catastrophe unmitigated. Socialrevolution, the cultural aristocrat yanked out of his hyperexclusively ultravoluptuous superpalazzo and dumped into an incredibly vulgar detention camp swarming with every conceivable species of undesirable organism. Most people fancy a guaranteed birthproof safetysuit of nondestructible selflessness. If most people were to be born twice, they'd improbably call it dying. You and I are not snobs. We can never be born enough. We are human beings, for whom birth is a supremely welcome mystery, the mystery of growing, the mystery which happens only and whenever we are faithful to ourselves. You and I wear the dangerous looseness of doom and find it becoming. Life, for eternal us, is now, and now is much too busy being a little more than everything to seem anything, catastrophic included. Life, for most people, simply isn't. Take the so-called standard of living. What do most people mean by living? They don't mean living. They mean the latest and closest approximation to singular prenatal passivity which science, in its finite but unbounded wisdom, has succeeded in selling their wives. If science could fail, a mountain's a mammal. Most people's wives can spot a genuine delusion of embryonic omnipotence immediately and will accept no substitutes. Luckily for us, a mountain is a mammal. The plus or minus movie to end moving, the strictly scientific parlor game of real unreality, the tyranny conceived in misconception and dedicated to the proposition that every man is a woman and any woman's a king, hasn't a wheel to stand on. What their most synthetic, not to mention transparent majesty, Mrs. and Mr. Collective Fetus, would improbably call a ghost, is walking. He isn't an undream of anesthetized impersons, or a cosmic comfort station, or a transcendentally sterilized looky, soundy, feely, tasty, smelly. He is a healthily complex, a naturally homogeneous citizen of immortality. The now of his each pitying, free, imperfect gesture, his any birth or breathing, insults perfected and from mortally millenniums of slavishness. He is a little more than everything. He is democracy. He is alive. He is ourselves. Miracles are to come. With you I leave a remembrance of miracles. They are by somebody who can love, and who shall be continually reborn, a human being. Somebody who said to those near him when his fingers would not hold a brush, "Tie it into my hand." Nothing proving sick or partial, nothing false, nothing difficult or easy or small or colossal, nothing ordinary or extraordinary, nothing emptied or filled, real or unreal, nothing feeble and nothing known or clumsy and guessed. Everywhere tints childrening, innocent, spontaneous, true. Nowhere possibly what flesh and impossibly such a garden, but actually flowers which breasts are among the very mouths of light. Nothing believed or doubted, brain over heart, surface. Nowhere hating or to fear, shallow, mind without soul. Only how measureless cool flames of making. Only each other building always distinct selves of mutual, entirely opening. Only alive. Never the murdered finalities of where, when, and yes, no, impotent non-games of wrong, right, and right, wrong, never to gain or pause, never the soft adventure of undoom, greedy anguishes and cringing ecstasies of inexistence, never to rest and never to have, only to grow. Always the beautiful answer who asks a more beautiful question.